A lot of times I get told that I'm being idealistic, that I'm not being realistic by conservatives when we're talking about an issue. And I think about this a lot because, like, if you're not thinking about what the solution is or what a perfect world with respect to this issue is, what are you thinking about? For example, homelessness. I say, I want to get rid of homelessness. I believe every single person who exists has a right to shelter because they are alive and because it is a necessity. And we should guarantee it. But one of the big things conservatives respond with is, well, that's not realistic. You can't just end homelessness. What about the rich people who are propping up our entire economy, who profit off of giving people necessities? We've gone from bootlicking to full on boot deep throating at this point. But it's like, I am thinking about what a perfect world looks like, right? Does a perfect world have homelessness? The answer is obviously no. So it's like, okay, what steps can we take to achieve that? It is realistic. Finland has implemented a housing first initiative and dropped its homeless population by over 80% in the last decade and is on track to eradicate homelessness entirely by 2027. Which is in 2 years for those of us counting, right? So this is just a capitalism-fueled propaganda talking point that says that it's not realistic, because it is. You have to remember that conservatives want to conserve. They want to maintain the status quo. And so if you're making suggestions about how we can make progress, they are going to be fundamentally against that because they want to maintain the system as it is. And this system leads to crime and homelessness. They say crime and homelessness just happen, so we have to deal with them. We have to criminalize homeless people, and we have to increase the oppression in the way of police to get rid of crime, because it's just going to happen. But the problem is, the cause of crime is the status quo. It is this system, this capitalist system that we have in America. And I want to fundamentally change that so people can have their basic necessities met. They don't want fundamental change, so they're going to argue against whatever change you're suggesting making because they want to maintain the status quo, which is capitalist, meaning rich people are propping up our entire economy by profiting off of providing people their basic necessities like shelter and upholding white supremacy and systemic racism. The Black and Hispanic populations make up 30% each of the homeless population in America, while they only make up 13 and 19% respectively of the total US population. And so any addressing of that would be making fundamental change to America. They just want to maintain the status quo, which leads to us not solving problems.